My name is Angel Amara. Live in Orange County. I lived in Anaheim with my paternal grandmother for about 3 years, but my parents were really young and then they were into drugs. So my father was thinking about putting me up for adoption, but my maternal grandmother didn't want that, so I moved out and I lived with her. We lived in a really small town and it was just me and her, but we had a lot of problems, a lot of abuse, I would say, happened when I lived with her. So then they kind of kicked me out, and that's when I moved with my biological mother back out here in Anaheim. But it didn't last very long because we had a lot of problems. And one day I went to school with bruises, so they reported it, and that's when I went into foster care. But I got lucky, I guess, and I went to my first foster home when I was 15. But the foster lady was not very nice. I remember I celebrated my 16th birthday with her. She got me a coat, and I was so happy because I had nothing at that time. I absolutely had no clothes, or really anything. So I was happy that she got me a coat because it was December, so it was really cold. But when she kicked me out because things didn't work out with her and I, she kept the coat because they had the tag on it, so she returned it. And she even told me when she dropped me off at Orangewood, I know what kind of girl you are and I know how you're gonna end up. But I had given up really on doing anything with my life. They put me in continuation school because I was a couple credits behind. But that's when I met Wendy. And then she really turned my whole life around. Because I remember when we first met and then she took me to Wendy's. And I remember sitting there and I asked her, if I run away from my group home, will you come visit me in Orangewood? Because that's what happens when you run away. You pack all your stuff in black bags and then your new home is now Orangewood. Now you reside back at Orangewood. And she said, of course I would visit you, but let's talk about the reason you want to run away. Because I think you have more. And then she started talking to me about stability and how you could make the situation better. So Wendy is my CASA, but after I turned 18, she became more than a CASA because she volunteered to become my college mentor. Sometimes it really scares me to think about if I hadn't met my CASA, where my life would be, because I know I would have just ended up not doing well because that's all I had ever been exposed to before meeting Wendy. I believe that the mission of CASA, for me, it just means changing lives, because most of the time I believe, especially me, and being a former foster youth, that people just sometimes need encouragement, and maybe they don't get that. And I know that that's where I was when I was kind of just giving up. Nobody was there to motivate me or encourage me, but that's what really CASA is about.